Apple Pencil USB-C. Not exactly what we were expecting in November. Who's it made for? And why should you buy it? All right, so the Apple Pencil USB-C, right? This is $79. It's actually a very good deal, honestly. The original version of the Apple Pencil at $99, and the Apple Pencil 2, which gives you all the features that you want, is $129. So that can be a little bit out of some people's price ranges. I honestly think that this is a really good bang for your buck, and it's more suited for like students, I would assume. Some of the functions that you get with this, which is basically all the ones that you get with the original, it doesn't have the double tap function, which can be kind of annoying, but I mean, how often are you really using that? And then the other function that it doesn't have is pressure sensitivity. So you're not gonna be able to really make any like detailed drawings, but it's not really designed for that. What it seems like they've designed this for is for students. And maybe your kids, you buy an iPad, you want your kids to play on it, maybe do some of those writing games where they learn how to write their ABCs. This will be for writing, essentially, like so. And I think that it would be a very good deal for that. Another function of this is that when you attach it to a magnetic portion of your iPad, it immediately puts it into a sleep mode to conserve its battery, which is a very, very nice feature. The original one where you would take the cap off and have to plug it in, and then they started coming out with things like a little converter to put into it so that it would work properly. Kind of annoying. You'd take the cap off, it'd fall, your kid would take it, your dog would eat it, who knows? And it would just go missing, and then you have this weird little stub at the end of your Apple Pencil original, right? They've kind of solved that with this, and they've, attached it so that it's just a little slot in here. There's your beautiful USB port surrounded by this nice silver look to it, so it's very clean. It keeps the cap on, keeps it secure, and the one thing that I like about it the most over the original version is that when you add it to something like an iPad where it's got magnetics, right? So it still connects magnetically. It won't charge wirelessly. The thing that I found that is kind of annoying about the Apple Pencils that need a charging cable rather than magnetically charging like the Apple Pencil 2 is the wire itself, right? So when you're plugging it in, you're leaving it on your table like such, it can roll around, your kids knock the table, it falls off, right? What we've designed here at Elago to kind of solve that problem here is our Apple Pencil stand, right? So you put it right in there, it's snug, it fits nice and secure, it's not gonna have any issues, right? You pop open that, plug it in. You're using this perfectly with cable management, right? So you're not having your cables laying on the floor, you're not having your cable in a weird position, kind of being able to knock it over and break something, right? That's our original Apple Pencil stand, which is perfect. Very, very inexpensive. But we also have we've designed one that looks like a home. It's actually very cool. It makes your Apple Pencil look like a chimney, right? But the key feature to this that is better than the original version is that it has a little slot here so that you can have your Apple Pencil cable come through and it stays in place, right? So you plug it in, and once it's done charging or you want to use it, you take it out, it's not falling to the floor. It's staying exactly where it's designed to be. We also have our own version of the tips for these. So you break off the tip, something like that, come to us, we'll replace it, and ours are actually clear. So you really get to see the actual, it makes it really look cool. It looks like it's diamond tipped. I honestly think it looks better this way. All right, so the differences here with the USB-C version and the original version, this one has a little bit of a matte finish to it, so it's still sticky. But if you have arthritis or something like that, this can be kind of thin, right? It can be a little hard to hold. You have arthritis or something like that. We have actual sleeves that you can add to it that doesn't take up everything, right? You're gonna line it up with the magnetic side, you slip it in there, a little more of a triangular function to it that makes it easier to draw, a little more control than the normal thing, right? So if you're having to write articles all day long or write notes in your classroom, this is perfect. It's gonna make it easier to control, a little bit better with your iPads. All right, so the differences between this and the Apple Pencil 2, obviously you're not going to get everything that you want because there's going to be some features missing just due to the price point itself. So it doesn't have the double tap function, which, to be honest, if you're not using it to draw, not that big a deal really. It doesn't magnetically charge or wirelessly charge, so obviously that's the point of the USB-C port itself, which looks fantastic, honestly, now that you can do that, right? And then also it doesn't have the pressure sensitivity, which can be annoying, but again, if you're not drawing, not that big a deal. The one thing that it did do, because it does have magnets in it, right? So when you are using it with magnetics on your iPad, it puts it into a sleep mode. That way, your battery doesn't drain when you're just, not utilizing it. It's kind of perfect in that sense. So you still get it to be secure on a magnet, but it doesn't charge wirelessly, unfortunately. All right, guys, I think that's all we have for today. We'll be back soon with more product reviews, more products to show you. If you could, leave a like down below, comment. Let us know if you have any ideas for any products that we could make.